Yeah, bitch! El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, is written and directed by Vince Gilligan, the creator of my favorite show of all time, Breaking Bad, and stars Aaron Paul back as Jesse Pinkman, my second favorite character of all time, and follows the events of the greatest show of all time. This review will be spoiler-free. If you have not seen the film, it's now out on Netflix. You can watch this one, just if you don't want to know anything about the film, I suggest not watching my review until you've seen the movie, and please go watch this movie. So let's get the obvious question out of the way first. Is it a good continuation of the story? Most importantly, Jesse Pinkman's arc? Hell yes. Is it needed though? No. But am I glad we got it? Yes. 100%. It's one of the best films of the year. I love nearly everything about it. I only have two negatives with it, and the second one isn't a huge one. There are some characters who are back, and since it's been about 6 years since Felina was aired, these people have aged. So when they're trying to tell a story of something that happened right after the events of something that actually happened 6 years ago, these people do look different, and that kind of will throw you off a bit. It threw me off just a little bit, and it is hard to believe that this is minutes after the end of Breaking Bad. Also, it's very slow paced up until this one scene, which I will talk about in my spoiler video, which is my favorite scene in the movie, and it just feels like they could have cut some stuff from that first act. Just even though this is a 2-hour and 2-minute movie, it feels a lot longer. That's it. I loved everything else about this film. It's great. I suggest it to any Breaking Bad fan. So let's start off with the best part of it, Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul gives one of the best performances of this year, as he knows exactly what to do with Jesse's character now. He's different than he was when he was on Breaking Bad. Most importantly, the 5th season. He's changed after what happened to him in those last few episodes. He's suffering from major PSD, obviously, but he also keeps the Jesse Pinkman that we know from the earlier seasons, especially when he's with two other characters. He pulls off scenes that no one else could. Vince Gilligan, this man is... he's one of the best people ever. He did something that was nearly impossible, and that's continue a perfect ending. Breaking Bad is known for having the best ending in TV history and one of the best shows ever. It is definitely the best ending I've ever seen. But how do you continue that? Vince Gilligan pulled it off. There are millions of fans who love the show, and a lot of them won't like this film. But that's anything you make. There's not one thing that you will make, a movie, a show, music, not everyone in the world will love it. So I feel like the majority of Breaking Bad fans will like to love this film. His writing is just like the show, his directing is just like the show. He knew what he needed to do. But the actual story and the plot is something that I won't spoil, but it's very good. Especially once it gets to my favorite scene, which involves Jesse and two other people in this room, and it lasts for a little bit, and it's super intense. From that scene on, the film just goes on and just keeps this incredible pace. And then there's another fantastic scene with about 20 minutes left in the film. The supporting cast does a great job. You know, some of these actors could have came on and just played these characters like, oh, whatever, I'm getting paid. But no, they gave it their all. They gave it everything that they could have. Now, this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer, but if you don't want to know anything about this, I suggest clicking off now. Badger and Skinny Pete are back. They just have amazing banter between one another, and their scenes with Jesse are hilarious and great and also heartfelt. That kind of goes back a bit to my one problem, is that especially Skinny Pete, he looks quite a bit older than he did. The cinematography in this is amazing. Vince Gilligan and his director of photography knew what they needed to make it look like, and it definitely looks like a Breaking Bad project. For example, there is a day to night montage just like there is in the show, and that must make every fan happy. Now, there is a few things that I can't talk about because they're spoilers, and there's something I really do want to talk about. Actually, there's a bunch of things. But stick around for my spoiler video. I'm not 100% sure when that'll come out. I may give it a few days. It could be tomorrow. Who knows? Overall, I loved El Camino. It's one of my favorite films of the year. It didn't disappoint me, even though it was my most anticipated film of the year, and I don't think it's perfect. I still think that it is fantastic. It's everything I wanted from the continuation of my favorite piece of entertainment ever and what I think is the best. This is quite possibly the best thing Netflix has actually put out, or at least for a film. I'm going to give El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, an A. If you love Breaking Bad, please watch this, and if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, what the hell are you doing? Go watch it. It's the best thing you'll ever watch in your life. This film is very good. I suggest it. It's one of my favorites of the year. It's right now in the top 3. It could be beaten out by stuff like Star Wars and The Irishman. Who knows? But thank you all for watching. I will have some spooky movie reviews out soon. So I will see you guys next time. Over and out, bitch.